It's me, Simi, Sweet Love. So clearly, I'm recording this video on Snapchat. I am loving this filter. If I can just walk around all day glowing and shit, I would. So anyway, this video is going to be a little bit serious. Well, at least it's serious to me because it really kind of hit home a little bit. And while I don't normally do videos like this one, I do kind of feel like that is something everybody should hear. So, like, I was going through my emails, like I do, and got a question from a girl who is no longer physically attracted to her boyfriend, well, fiance. And she went into the story about why. He is cheating on her. He's disrespectful, calling her her name, controlling. The picture she painted is all bad, and she's still there, and she is feeling like something's wrong, or maybe he's doing this because she's not, into having sex with him anymore. And they've been together for, I want to say she said like 5 or 6 years, something like that. And it didn't start out that way, of course, and that's where they are today. So my response to her was to love herself enough to know when she's had enough. And I'm sure it's something that she probably heard before from people, whomever, she may open up and talk to. But at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. It's one side of the story, so I don't know or can't say, a role that she played in why the relationship is what it is today. But the truth is, disrespect, cheating, those are things that you choose to do, and those are things that you choose to deal with. And if it's to the point to where it can't be fixed, and that's just where you are in a relationship and you feel stuck or whatever the case may be, only you as a person can decide when enough is enough. And I see a lot of time women stay in situations for a long time, and they try to love the person past their own hurt, and it never works. When you stay in a situation, a bad or unhappy situation for too long, then you are doing more damage to yourself. So you get out of the situation finally, and you have all this hurt that you really need to heal from. And a lot of people don't take the time to self-reflect and self-evaluate and like heal themselves. And sometimes people think, dang, that was messed up. I can get through this, and I'm just going to move on to the next person. And then you find yourself in a situation with somebody who is not cheating on you and not doing this, that, or the other. But it's hard to overlook innocent things because you still hurt from the past shit. And that's very damaging to somebody who really trying to treat you right. And I always just recommend that. So I usually recommend to people that they don't stay in bad situations for a long time, because it's going to be very damaging to yourself the longer that you stay. And I'm not talking about just regular relationship shit. People go through things. Everybody go through ups and downs in a relationship. I don't condone divorce, without good reason, and that's subjective to whatever somebody feel like good reason is. But you won't come to me with something basic and think that I'm gonna say, oh, you should leave them, and that's a relationship or a marriage. But when it's a situation like she described, it really don't matter who was at fault. Whatever role she might have played, when it get to a point in a relationship that you question yourself, you question how you feel about yourself, it's gonna affect how you move through everyday life. It's time to go. It's just time to go. Because at the end of the day, you have to love yourself more than you love the comfort zone of the situation that you're in. Because if you're not happy, You don't even want to get up and look nice for yourself because you feel like he not attracted to you because he's cheating. It just don't make sense, when you're only making it worse for yourself or hard for the next person who is really going to come along and try to treat you right. I mean, believe it or not, there actually are still really good men out here, and a lot of time people be so jaded. Like, you see men all the time, like, oh, women don't want a good man. They want a thug, the guy that treat them, the asshole, the guy that treat them any kind of way, this, that, or the other. And then at the same time, you have women saying men don't like good women. They like the thoughts and they like the hoes and this, that, or the other. And I just don't understand why, if we both, both sides of the fence, the men and the women are both having the same complaints, then why is it so hard to get together with somebody who got the same, is having the same issues that you have in dating, and then y'all try to make that shit work if you are compatible on other levels aside from, the basic shit. But everybody is hurt from some shit that they tried to make work with the wrong person, and they never got over it. They never had a chance to like evaluate the situation for really what it was worth. And as much as you like to blame the person who actually did you wrong, there's also self-accountability that you have to take for being in situations that you don't have to be in. Like, people are only going to do what you let them do. And okay, if something happened one time and you let it slide, you get into an argument, he called you out your name once, I don't agree with that, but it might not be a big deal to you because that might be something that you do too. But once you cross lines, they're crossed. It's only going to keep being a new line every single time. And so you build up this desensitivity, for lack of better words, to the bullshit, and it's just no reason for that. And so you finally get up, the strength or the courage or the opportunity, to leave the situation, and then you go into something new, and now the next person has to prove to you that they're nothing like your last person, instead of taking time to yourself to get over that so you can go into the next situation a whole person. I see stuff all the time on the internet like, do women have the strength to love a broken man and this, that, or the other? I know the standard, or whatever you want to call it, like in general, it's a double standard to where it's okay for the woman to be hurt and expect the man to show and prove themselves. And a lot of time women don't take that role when it comes to men, that's been hurt. But at the same time, I really don't think that people should have to do any of that. Like, take the time to get yourself together. Don't hold on to shit. And it goes back to me saying, be ready for what you're looking for. If you out here dating, trying to get to know people, accepting other people's offers to get to know you, be ready to do that. Everybody is not here to play games with you, but when you allow yourself to stay in situations that's really going to hurt you, really going to break you in some type of way, because you are allowing yourself to be in this situation, then it's just going to make it that much harder for you, and that much harder for the next person, who is not on that bullshit like that. And that's just not a way to go through life. People need to learn how to be happy with or without somebody. So at the end of the day, I had to cut some stuff out the video because the shit was going longer than I expected it to go. But I do want people to walk away with this at the very least. Never stay in situations for too long, man or woman. When you start, I don't even want to say noticing signs, but when it comes to like blatant disrespect, come on now. Why would you accept that, and then somebody on the street that blatantly disrespects you, you ready to handle the situation. And I always say that it's only the people that's closest to you that can really hurt you, because everybody else don't matter. So why would you, take something from somebody who's supposed to be the closest to you? So anyway, I can go on and on and on because I really can't stress self-care enough. Like, just take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, and so you can't make anybody, treat you the way that you feel like you should be treated. All you can do is put up with it or not put up with it. And that's just that. That's it. I'm gonna go glowing and shit.